This is a tutorial on how to add an assignment in Unified Classroom. So first you're going to go to the login page and make sure that you sign in with Google using your Latin Gmail account. After you log in, you're going to be taken to this landing page, and when your classes are loaded, they're all going to be visible here. You want to make sure that you're in the right class before you add an assignment. The other thing you need to make sure of is that you've actually adjusted your gradebook calculations so that you have proper weights for the different categories. If you don't do this, your gradebook will default to total points. That means that if you enter a homework assignment that's worth 20 points and a quiz that's worth 20 points, they will be weighted equally in your gradebook. So do make sure that you put in your gradebook weights before you add assignments. Once you're ready, you're going to go up to this plus button. In the drop-down menu, you can see all the different options. Ignore the green ones. You're just going to want to hit the default blue assignment button. It's going to take you to this big empty page where you have a lot of different information that you can fill in. So first you're going to give your assignment a name. I'm going to call this Quiz on Distribution. This box is really helpful for students and parents. This is where you can give a description of what the assignment is, and you can also attach a file. So if you've got a handout that you want students to edit, you can attach it here. If you've got a handout that you want them to look at, you can attach it here. And I'm just going to do a sample assignment here so you can see what it looks like. So let's imagine that I choose this document. Here I can use the view option, which is exactly what it sounds like. Students can view this document, but they can't edit it. Or I can switch to the handout option. That's going to force students to make a copy of this document in their drive, which they can then edit. Either way, students will not be able to edit the master file. As you scroll down, you want to choose the gradebook category that this assignment belongs in. So in this case, I would say it's a minor assessment. And then down the bottom here, I can schedule the due date. I can also schedule a specific time if it's due by, say, 5 p.m. On the right-hand side, up at the top, if I only want to enter this assignment for one class, I don't need to click the edit button. But if I have multiple sections of the same class, I'm going to click this edit button here and select all the classes where I want this assignment to be added. So if I teach 4 sections of 9th grade English and I want this assignment added to all 4 sections, I'm just going to go through and click the blue boxes for each of those 4 sections. That just keeps me from having to make the same assignment 4 times. So then you can choose the type of score that you'd like to give. I most often use points, but sometimes collected is valuable if you just want to show students that you've got a piece of work or not, rather than have it be worth a certain number of points. Here you'd enter the number of points the assignment is worth, so let's pretend it's worth 20 points. And then you've got a few other things you can tinker with. You can make it worth double weight, triple weight. You can add extra points, so here's where you could do something like 2 points of extra credit. So the score is still out of 20, but you can enter a score up to 22. And then you've got a couple buttons here. So if you don't want this to count in the final grade, that means it doesn't count towards their grade at all, you can uncheck this box, and that means the grade will show up in PowerSchool, but it won't count towards the student's final grade. You can also choose not to publish the score yet. So if you're still entering the scores, or for some reason you don't want to make these public yet, you can uncheck the publish scores box. But when you're ready to publish them, come back in and check that box. Finally, down at the bottom, you've got 3 different options. You can save and duplicate, and that might come in handy if you've got an assignment that you're going to give over and over again. So if I know that I'm going to give a journal every Tuesday, I might want to duplicate this assignment once I've got it set up the way I like and just change the due date. That way I'm not entering in the same details over and over. But if it's just a one-off assignment, I'm going to save or save and close. It's not going to work for me right now because this is not a real class. But once you save or save and close, you're going to see that assignment pop up in your assignment or activity list, and students and parents will be able to see it as well.